Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purposes only. And if you want to follow any of our signals or automated trade, you're very welcome to it as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. Uh, Today, we will be looking, like every day, we will be looking at the signals, and then we follow some of the automated trade and swing trading, scalping, and a signal entry. For the ones that don't know the system here, it comes in with uh, three different automated trade: ATM strategy, and a full automated trade. You have the signal, entry price, and the target, and how many ticks from the last entry signal. It's not the whole day, the last entry signal. So as an example here, we have a Nasdaq. We have a signal, buy signal at 7746.50, target 7766.50. And then you can see from that last entry signal, it is 90 ticks and it is 455 based on one contract. The same thing applies for Forex and stocks. Both of the market analyzer, they are based on 1 minute. And when we have a new signal, we will let you know. As an example, right now, we are about to have a new signal on the YM. We will let you know. And then at the same time, we analyze the market, the way it is going, or if there is a chop, we highlight what's going on in the market. The same thing, we will be covering some of the swing trading, and we will be covering some of the scalping as well. This is the swing trading on a different contracts, different accounts, and we will be covering some of the swing trading as well. And for the ones like to follow those signals, you are very welcome to follow those signals. Another things also you can do, if you wanted to, sometimes to get a new signal, it takes time. If you want to, you're very welcome also to follow some of the scalping here. As an example, right now we have the CL on the scalper. It is taking a short trade, and then you can follow those signals if you want to. So if you are on that trade, as an example with the swing trading on the CL, we have hit the target, and then we have the reversal fired up. Our reversal are not a repaint reversal, and then you can see is a blinking that indicate that could be the CL is over. And then you can see also when there is a trades on the ES, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones. As an example, right now, the ES fired the short trade. So you can see this is the scalping, and this is the swing trading. And then we will be covering some of the swing trading right now. We are taking, and we will be covering some of the swing trading. As an example here, we have the 5 minutes on the swing trading. This one here, it fired at all of them is in the same package. It fired at 8:45, and we still in that trade. The CL as well. It's pretty heavy today. The internet. I will try to take the other down, but I have a little heavy internet today. I have no idea why. But I'll try to grab the other ones down in a second. I have the ES, YM, and the CL as well. I will drag him. If I wait a couple minutes, I can catch him. So as what we are waiting on at the moment, we're waiting on the YM trade. As we see from the market analyzer, we have a buy signal on the ES, we have a buy signal on the Nasdaq, and the YM dropped a few minutes before around the markets open. The YM dropped just like this within a second. So followed by the Russell, but we always you need to keep your eye on the 30-year Treasury bond. When the 30-year Treasury bond is in a buying mood and the ES is in a buying mood, that's mean we have a volatility here. And we don't know which one it is right and which one is wrong. At the moment, the YM is not going long. The CL is doing fine. We are already hit the target, and the ES has hit the target. So right now, based on one contract from the market analyzer, we have 164 ticks based on one contract. And as you see, folks, the CL, after it hit the target, is start losing momentum here. So for the NASDAQ already hit the target, way above the target as well. So there is nothing we can trade on the NASDAQ, but you are very welcome to follow some of the scalping from the market analyzer. If you wanted to take long or short, you're very welcome to it. But for the CL story, it is, I think, over done, and to hit the target at 66.28. And now we are taking a little pullback on that. Again, on the CL, on the swing trading, we had a losing trade earlier today, and actually two losing trade, and now we are hitting 940. Even on the pullback, it is 940 on that trade, and took that trade around 9 o'clock. So this is very good. And we will take some other instruments on the NASDAQ. They're all doing very well. This is the NASDAQ on 3 minutes. $1,300, and the first trade was at 8:30, and then we had two small losing trade, and now we are on the very good proper trade. One of the things also you need to know, when the market is trending like the NASDAQ right now, normally the market trend one time a day normally. So when we see this trend hit from 44.25 to 76 level, this is a lot of takes. So we don't know tomorrow if the NASDAQ gonna trend 100 take at 9 o'clock or 9:30 or at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We don't know. But most of the time when this market is trending and bring a lot of takes, there is nothing left. Once this trend is over, there is nothing left to trade. So there's one thing you have to know: when we have some movement like this, afterwards, once this trend is over, most likely, if you are trading on a smaller time frame, like 1 minute or 150 ticks, there is not much left. It's done for today. The market spikes once a day practically. So if we look at the CL, even on the 3 minutes chart, if we want to look at the CL adjusted close position on the CL, so this is a very good, nice trade and a hit right to the tick to the target. A little small reversal going back to the 66.30, but this is nothing. It's over. We had a very nice spike, and we hit to the target at 66.30, and there is not much left. So we don't know tomorrow if the CL is going to spike at 9 o'clock or is going to spike at 10 o'clock. We have no idea. Nobody knows. But this is something that if you catch in that trend, and you should not be auto trading anymore. Once this trend is closed, you need to call it off for today. No matter what you do, you need to call it off for today and not keep trading. For our traders, probably we are releasing the T7 probably this week, and it took a very long time to finish. And the T7, it was made for volatility, And today we are doing the first hard test today on it, and it is. I'm not gonna go show you all the time frame, but I'm gonna show you the 1 minute. If the 1 minute working, this mean is working on all the time frame. That's why you have a lot of people. They don't show you the 1 minute. They show you rank a bar, all kind of tweak chart, because they cannot show you the 1 minute. So this is an example for this auto trade. And as you see, what we are testing, we're not testing this on a good moving market. What it does, it is made for a chop market. That's what we have made the T7 for. And it is an extremely, you can swing trade it and scalp it, depends on how you want to set it up, but it is have both of the option where you can put it on 0 and let the auto trade take over, or if you want to, you can tweak the trailing stop and stop loss and the target. However, what we are doing, we are testing on not on the high time, like when the markets is open. What we are testing overnight, flat globacks, and when the market is a chop, this is what is meant to be, and this is what needs to be. We have plenty auto trades. If we want to swing trading, we can swing trading. There is plenty of auto trades that can do just that. If we take any of the swing trading. This is a swing trading, and this kind of swing trading is not going to miss any trade. If this market moving, the swing trading is going to take it, and then we can cover some of the scalping as well. This is a scalping, and as you see, it took those small trades until it hit 500, and then it is over. So what we have done, we came out because of the 2019 volatility time, and I'm aware of this chop market in 2019. So what we have done, we have built something can survive a chop market. Does not mean it is um, some kind of crystal ball, can look in the future. No. But stand diving into a lot of trouble. This one here can keep you a little bit better out of the trouble. If somebody don't know how to read the market, can survive a chop market. Does not mean you are not going to have a bad trades. You will have a bad trades, but it is meant for a chop market, and that's what is done, is to keep you out of the chop market, or not to destroy your account in the chop market if you fail to read the chop market. So stand heaven as an example on 3 losing trade. Probably you will wind up with 2 losing trades, stand 3 or 5 losing trades. So what it does not mean is it is an aggressive auto trade, or the whole idea about it to survive volatility. That's it. So there is a plenty. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The YM, it took a signal entry, and it's not too late to follow it. If you want to follow any of our signal, you're very welcome, but you just follow it on the entry is 549, target 65.85. And if you want to follow the scalper as well, you're very welcome to follow the scalpers. For the NT7, has not been released. It should be released any day right now. And then if the ones they need help with it, we have the team support that will be doing that. I do not go around and do installation anymore. I don't have time for that. So we have a team support. If you know how to import your file, it's very good. If you don't know how to not to import, then we have the team viewer. Here is the the T7 is doing. As you see now, is a close in the position. This is the new, and look, it is on a 400 ticks, on a 150 ticks, is about to close that position. It is an extremely powerful. Look at this. Okay, we, for the ones took the YM, you should be in. Sorry guys, I have a problem with the internet. The internet not on the best behave today. For the ones took the YM, your target is 585, so you nailed 240 on that one. And actually, the market after those holidays is very good on the swing trade, and we have a trades with 1,980. Another NASDAQ, DAX, one trade, 1,295, CL, 940, 920, 900. This is a really good numbers, and we will be, just close this one here, Gary. And this is amazing. It is, just close that trade. It is a very good trade. And we will be announcing when could be within 2 days. Could be within 2 days, sir. There is a pullback on the CL. For the CL trader, there is a pullback on the CL, but don't expect too much from the CL. The pullback is to 66.06. The pullback is to 66.06. Do not take any short trades at the moment. On the scalper, you can see it's taking a short trade, of course, but it's gonna probably exit around that area here because this is a scalper. But the pullback on the CL, it is to the 66.06, and keep your eye on the 66.06. So don't, if you are on a short trade following the scalper, don't hang on to that trade. You need to be light-handed with it. Also, we are doing the test on the 4 range on this new auto trade. It is also, it did very well on the 4 range, and my main concern is the YM, NASDAQ, ES, the small instruments, those they do not. And then trying to, you can scalp or swing trading. Those are very good. We did a good job on it. It took longer than what we expect, but we did a good job on it. I'm pleased with it. I'm very pleased with it, Again, guys, it's not going to be there is nothing called Holy Grail, or there is nothing 100% in the trade, but that is going to cut down a lot of the risk. This is what it's meant to be. And no free trial no free trial. We do not give a free trial, and you don't have to purchase, but I do not give a free trial anymore. So there is no free trial. Please do not send us an email. We don't have time to sit down and train somebody for 4 weeks and then always wind up at the hacker's hands. So there is no free trial. You don't have to risk. You don't have to purchase, but do not please send us email requesting a free trial. We're not. It's too much trouble, too much time, too much trouble. We don't have time for that. Don't purchase. Don't ask for a free trial, please. We're not going to be sitting and teaching somebody for 3 weeks on a free trial and then wind up in the hacker's hand. We're not going to do that. Now we are going on the pullback on the CL at 66.06. On the ES, there is nothing right now, sir. The only thing I'd like to see the 30-year Treasury bond go into the short position, because this NASDAQ, ES, they all hit the target, and there is not much done. One of the things for the new ones, if you notice, it never fell. Once this market comes between those two yellow lines, there is nothing left. Let me show you. If we look at the ES, we have an entry price, and we have entered this yellow zone here, the dangerous zone, and we have the same thing here at the bottom. Once this market enters this yellow zone, that means there is no more long trade, and the market is going to reject from those areas here and is going to turn around. Actually, this is where the best area to reverse the market without doing any additional educational on the reversal. When I plot the R7 and the R4, and we are on the yellow zone, there is nothing. One direction is down. And this is exactly what we have been showing a day in and a day out for the last year, for the last 3 years, for the last 5 years. We've been, since when NinjaTrader 8 came out, we've been covering those yellow lines. And those here, once the market entered those area, there is nothing. Here is another example on the CL. As we see the CL, once those enter those yellow zone, there is nothing left to go long. And actually, it is a resistance line, target hit, reversal, everything is there. As you see here, it came into the 6607, and now we are going back on the CL. So that's why I said do not hold too much on the short position when the scalper was taking a short position. Here is another story. It's the same story on the NASDAQ. We hit the target, entry price, target. We got into between those two yellow lines. That means the party is over to the long side. And if you have a good size account, you can take one trade short on the NASDAQ and leave it as is, because it's going to turn around. Even if it's just refusing to die for a few ticks, but it is a time for this market to turn around. And it is the same story all over, day in and a day out. So what we need to do, once we see this market has entered those zones, you do not need to anymore mess with the long trade. As a matter of fact, you need to start thinking about closing positions. Now for the 5 minutes swing trading, we are on a 1,750. This is a fully automated swing trading. Does not require any optimization, trailing stop loss, none of that. It just is based on a turn on, turn off basis. And now on the 3 minutes on the NASDAQ, we got 1,650, and on the 5 minutes we got 1,690, and all of them to the $500 target. But when the market is going to your direction, it's not going to close at the 500. It's going to stay trending. As an example here, if we see the YM was a trending on the last trade, even if the target was 500, it is still trending to the 790 until the trend is over. So even if your daily target is a 300 or 500, if this market is trending, it's going to give you the same number. And it is a very smart on a very choppy day. If this market not trending, let's say you have $300 daily target, and this market was struggling to get the 300, maybe we don't need to go around and turn on the auto trade again. But instead of having a higher target, you can put it on 300 or 400 or 500 or 250 in that matter. And if this market trending, you're going to get more than 250. If this market trending, it could be 1,000. And if this market is struggling, then you will close at 250 and call it off for today. So this is very smart to do. And right now, the ES, there is no long trade on the ES anymore, because we are already hit the target and we are in the zone. And here, we hit the target on the YM when we called for you, and we told you exactly where the CL is going to bounce back. So we are waiting on a new trade actually, and the Nasdaq, it is way overdue to the long side, so we cannot take any long trade on that. It's a very simple how these things break down in pieces, where we have the entry, target, trailing stop, and those yellow zones, and in between those fib line is the most advanced fib lines and the most accurate fib lines, where it tells us when there is a problem on the way in or on the way out. So this is really amazing. Let me show my traders. Uh, I don't care about the money, because things has to make money. But today we were started early this morning, where there is a low volume on this new auto trade, and you can see how the system, we have one losing trade. We have a small losing trades. I mean, there is nothing. But what I like about it, has survived the flat market, and then when the market um, started trending around 9 o'clock, we nailed it very well, and now we are on that trade, and this is a really clever one. So I'm really happy with the result, even it took a long time, but I think we did a good job on it. At the moment, there is nothing. We are waiting on a new signal. The ES hit the target and nailed 24 ticks based on one contract. Nasdaq hit 172 ticks based on one contract, and the YM was much higher, but it hit the target on the YM. It's done. Russell is a struggling day on the Russell. And then we hit the target on the DAX, 70 ticks on the DAX, and we are 4 ticks on the euro dollar future. Don't spend it all in one place, the 4 ticks. So the problem we have is the gold and the Russell. I don't know why. Today I don't trade the Russell, but we have a lot of traders actually trade the Russells. So the Russell is not doing well at the moment. At the moment, we have 283 ticks. You can see from the top is 283 ticks into the profit base on one contract, and 2,400 total. One of the things is, when you are hedging the market on the future, it is the most success. It's 10 trading, one ES. So you have one horse in the race. But if you are hedging the market, even if you have a low amount of money, if you are hedging this market by buying one ES, one Nasdaq, one Dow Jones, how much they cost you at Ninja Trader Broker? Or how much? I mean, $1,000, $1,500 max with Interactive. It's not going to be over 1,500 with any broker. And if you think about it, this is 23 ticks, 174 ticks, and 18 ticks. You're done for today. I'm not saying every day your system is going to make you 100%. This is not going to happen. But on a good trending day like this, if you are having 3 horses running, and let's say if the ES is not moving today, or the Nasdaq is not moving today, or the YM is not making, like as an example, if you have those 4 contract, ES, Nasdaq, YM, and Russell, you are in a hole with the Russell 21 ticks. Yeah, but it's become irrelevant even if you are in a hole with 18 ticks on the Russell, because you already have other 3 horses running, and you will never go down like when this guy have $1,000 or $2,000 and trade in one ES. So what I'm saying is, when you spread it out, your bet on the ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones as an example. If you have more money, I'll take the CL. If you don't have more money, that's fine. But if the CL is not doing well today, could be the ES is doing well, not the Nasdaq. So if we wanted to be more realistic on that, most of the traders, they trade ES, Nasdaq, YM, and let me drag the CL here. So let's say signal on the ES, NASDAQ, YM, and CL here. This is the four common instruments that most traders use. So if you want to calculate on one tick, one lot on each one of them, of course you will have a bad signal. Of course you will have a bad day. Anyone says you don't have a bad day in the trading, he's a liar. Every trader, even if you've been trading for 30, 40 years, you will have a bad day and a good day. But you should have good days much more than the bad days. I hope so, after all those years. But if you follow those signals and take in one contract, I don't see how anybody can go wrong with it, honestly. You know, uh, so if we are having a problem with a Russell today, it's become irrelevant. If we have a problem with the Nasdaq today, it's become irrelevant because you have other three horses running. So in the future, it's no longer you can take the why we are having a swing trade and a scalping, and now we have a new auto trade. And why? Because this market moves constantly, and we have a lot of a chop. We have a you cannot just go ahead and take one size of shoes and it's gonna fit everything in there because you have an ATR auto trade or a MACD auto trade, and now you're gonna take out the market. I mean, this is daydreaming a job. You need to understand what's going on. You need to understand how this market moving. You need to understand how when to trade, when not to trade. It is very important. So let's see what will happen here. We still finished with going long, and now we are waiting on the short trades. You know, and and we catch a beautiful trend. We catch a small trend, and now we are going down on the this T7 auto trade. In between, while we are waiting while we are waiting on a new signal entry, you are very welcome to follow the scalping, and you can follow the scalping when it's taking a short. And as an example, right now there is a new short on the ES. You see, it's on to the 00. That means this is short, and it is on that price here. So you can follow some of the scalping here, and if you wanted to have a direction, you're very welcome. As long as you are on a sim, we're not responsible for your live trade, please. Okay, folks, I will be quiet for a few minutes. There is no new signal right now, so I'll be quiet for a few minutes and uh, catch a fresh coffee and be right back. Thank you. Right now we are on 355 ticks from the last entry. There is nothing to trade on the ES at the moment. The CL, there is nothing. We already hit the target, and this one here is above the target. But we are at this yellow area here where you do not take any more long trade. On the Forex, we have, based on 1 minute, we have 171 pips, and this is your Aussie dollar. There is a request about the Forex that to keep it on. I will be probably do something when I will try to do something about for people want to follow Forex. I'm not a Forex trader. The only thing I trade, and I know what to trade on the euro dollar, but the rest don't interest me at all. So I'm more into the future trading. I like the euro dollar because I understand the euro dollar. I understand the economy in the US and Europe, but the rest, it doesn't make any sense to me. So, and I'm not a day trading on the Forex. I like to hold positions. So it's for the day trading on the Forex, this is an extreme accurate signals, and we'll try to do something for the traders to follow the Forex. But at the moment, we also, there is a request about the stocks. Maybe I'll do something with the stocks as well. We'll wait, and I mean, there's too much to do, too much to cover on the future, so I cannot cover Forex and stocks. But we'll try to find solution for the request on the stocks and Forex. We'll try to find some kind of solution for them. Right now, we are 400 ticks on the market analyzer based on one contract. And I like to see this 30-year Treasury bond go in the opposite direction. I don't like the 30-year Treasury bond to be on the same direction as the ES. This is not right. There is something not right about that. So in the meantime, let's look at the swing trading. We have a DAX trade on the DAX trade on 150 ticks. This is the one, I think it is. Took that trade around 9:30. This is where we started the 150, and the second one is a NASDAQ 2000. Let me see, what is this NASDAQ? Oh, here it is. For the guys they like to have a bigger trades. This is a 10 minutes, and it is amazing on the 10 minutes. And the short trade on the 10 minutes is the auto trade. The swing trading on the 10 minutes. The stop loss is not big at all. Let me show you as an example. If we wanted to take the ES, this is a 10 minutes ES, and it is on that trade for right now 925. But let me show you, most of the auto trades on 10 minutes require 80 ticks, 90 ticks. When the auto trade took a trade at 29.1175 on the 10 minutes, it closed at 9:12.25. It's like you're trading out of a minute chart. This is nothing for 10 minutes. So don't underestimate if you like the 10 minutes, especially on the NASDAQ and Dow Jones, go for it. Don't let it scare you at all. It is especially the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones. Forget the ES, because there is a plenty instruments. It is a bit expensive on the ES, but if you are taking a Nasdaq and Dow Jones on a 10 minutes, especially to our trader on the swing trade and trend exit with no filter, market order or a limited order. I'm using a market order, but you can use a limited order if you want to. And this is especially on Nasdaq and Dow Jones, they are very well acceptable losses on it because there is not much really on the losses. As an example here, on the 10 minutes, I know like if you want to use the some other auto trades, they require 80 and 90 ticks. But if we look here, we have a losing trade on the Nasdaq with 10 minutes is 35.25 the entry, and it exit at 35.50. You lost a tick on that one. So on the YM and on the YM and the Nasdaq, for our traders, our members, you can use the 10 minutes. You can use one contract, and you can use the Russell if you want to, whatever. But on the Nasdaq and the YM, they are very cheap to trade the 10 minutes one contract, and then you can avoid all this volatility for like right now. As an example, right now we are done. We are topped up on the market. All the targets has hit. There is not much to do. So the market now entered those dangerous zone, and in conjunction on the ES with this fib line, the zone is right to the take on the zone 29.24, and it is between those two yellow lines. So there is nothing left in here, and this is waiting on a new short trade. The CL has already hit the target. We missed the target on the YM, and the Nasdaq is overdue with the target. So there is not much done. I mean, there is nothing we can do until we have a new signal entry. And because of the 30-year Treasury bond, the ZB here, it is to the buy signal. I'm expecting now we finished with a long trade, and now we are fixing to go on a short trade. And keep your eye open. We will be having a new signal. As an example, on the gold, we have a new signal entry at 1269.5 is a new signal entry on the gold at the moment. And the target is 67.7. This is a new entry on the gold. Follow us on the sim, please. And we, with the ES, most likely the ES, it will be holding at your double fib line here. It will be holding, and this is probably a re-entry point at 29.20.25. So keep your eye. The secret on the ES right now, the magic number on the ES, it is exactly the 29.20.25. This is your magic number right now in the market, because if this ES breaking this area here, the double support line, that is gonna generate a new signal, sell signal on the YM, and that is gonna make the Nasdaq drop and generating a new signal. However, if this ES is going to hold on the 29.20.25, we are looking for a chop market. So we are predicting when this market is going to chop or not, and we know exactly now the key in the market. It is 29.20.50 on the ES. As you see, look at this. This is an extreme accurate number. So right now, for a trader to take any trade or auto trade or do anything right now, we need to see that ES drop below the 2050. As long as this market above the 2050, the market is going to stay in the chop mood. This is where you start pulling your hair and you start losing money. Whether you are auto trading or you are a manual trading, you are a hand trading. Let me show you the biggest example. Look at the scalpers is struggling right now. And that is, it's not just the scalper. Any kind of auto trade will be struggling right now because now we are diving into volatility and chop market. As long as this ES is above the 2025, there is nothing to do. There is nothing to trade, and there is nothing we can do anymore. We can go ahead and take a trade from 29, 2050 and exit somewhere at 22, scalping, take a few ticks here and there. Yes, you can do that. But for a real trade, there is no real trade here, and you're not going to be able to take $300-400 if you're gonna take a trade in here. It is just gonna be couple 3 ticks, 5 ticks, and you need to close that trade immediately. This market here is done and over. And it is very important for any trader, whether you are automated trading or manual trading, you have to understand when to go into the market and when you need to get out of the market and when you need to stay on the side. Right now, if you are a manual, I don't know who's out there. I don't know if somebody is using auto trade. I don't know if somebody hand trading. I have no clue. I'm not collecting any emails or anything. I'm not making anyone to pay any dime for us to come in online. But as you notice, this ES is coming exactly where we are expecting at 29, 2050, and it is right now into the chop volatility mood, and this is not acceptable to trade, and you cannot trade. Those the area where most of the traders start losing money, whether you are auto trading or manual trading. This is where you start diving into pile of mud, in those area here. So you gotta be waiting. And right now, the key in the market again is 29, 20, 25. If we do not break it, that's mean we are hands off. Go get yourself a fresh coffee, put your foot on the table, and wait. There is nothing you can do. As we notice right now for this new auto trade because we need to cover it on Monday. As you notice right now, the YM is just going flat, and we're not losing money, but we're not making money. So this is a really something to look for. So for the ones has followed the gold, now you are 8 ticks into the profit. We call that trade for you. And we don't call the trade. You can go back and read it where we call the trade for you. We call that trade for you, and now you are 12 ticks into the profit based on one contract. And so you didn't leave home today with nothing. And we called the YM for you. It was a very good, genuine one. And we missed the target by 1 tick, but it was to the positive side. And now we will be I will not be calling any trades until we see this ES breaking that level to 29, 2025. Please mark it on your chart. As we see right now, the YM is sitting on a standby, willing to drop, willing to give us a new signal. We are waiting on Uncle ES here to give us the okay. So even sometimes the NASDAQ do not follow the ES and the YM, which the biggest mistake some traders do. They say we only trade the NASDAQ. I don't trade the ES. I respect that. But the NASDAQ is not going to move sometimes until some major areas on the ES has broken. So in other words, don't expect too much on the NASDAQ until this ES able to break the 29, 20, 25. And the NASDAQ can go back and forth as much as you want, but when there is a critical area like this, the NASDAQ hold on to the to those levels, and that is going to generate a chop market on the NASDAQ and is going to generate a chop market on the YM. So this is why you see the Nasdaq and the YM is a flat. It's extreme flat, and there is nothing to do waiting. In between, there is a scalping, and as you see right now, the scalping also going into circle. They're not generating any new money. It is actually start losing money because of the chop market. Welcome to trading. You cannot keep winning all day long. So this is what the story here. And because of this volatility, the flat market on the YM, now we are in the red on the YM. And if it's going to stay longer, we're going to be more on the red than the green. Welcome to trading, folks. That's the way it is. Welcome to trading. There is not much to say. We are 413 ticks into the profit based on the last entry signal, based on one contract and the last entry signal. So we are waiting on some kind of movement in the market, so we can see if we can generate a new signal here. I'll be quiet for a few minutes. There is nothing to call. You're very welcome to follow some of the forex if you are interested in the forex. Right now we are 187 pips into the profit on the forex, and this is a very good trace on the forex, and not even targets hit. This is amazing. And this is your scalping. There is nothing on the YM right now, and most likely the ES is going to hold at 29.24. If you wanted to see what's going on the ES, we can always pull the 15 minutes, and this is the 15 minutes, and you can see where it was the most hard resistant. It was on the 29.15, and now this is going to be added to the zone on Ninja Trader 8. Now we are hitting the last one is 29.24, and this is come in exactly as we expected on this 29.24. So this is the key right now. There is no long trade on the ES. It is extremely high risk to take any trades in this area here. We're not interested in the long trade. Even if there is a buyers coming in right now, we are not interested in those trade. There is a lot of risk. If you are taking those trades, it's going to be a lot of risks on the trade with the ES. As you see, where the ES holding at the 24 level, and then we are followed by 24.75. Those are your fib zone. Those are less than $1 a day, and this is followed by the 25.75. So this is right on time, right on to the take. And look, the ES start dropping, and that now we are coming again, probably testing the 20.75 again. So here is the story on that. So on the CL, it is an extremely strong market on the CL. So I don't know where the CL is taken, as we are already hit the target twice today, and there is not much going on. You see how this market came into the 29.24, and we start losing here. So I'm gonna stay quiet for a few minutes, and we look forward to see the new signals coming out. Um, keep your eye on those levels again. We're about to have, the 30-year Treasury bond is to the buy in conjunction to the long side with the ES. I really do not like that. So I'm hoping one of them change direction, and I'm hoping the ES changing direction here. As you see right now, the ES drop into the same area to see if we are able to penetrate this thick wall here, and we're about to have a new signal on the YM. I'm not interested in it, but I will tell you where it is. One of the things you will see, the true average price on the YM is 65.35. So we're about to have a new signal on the YM. Yes, sir. I recommend. Things is not a black and white, sir, but I recommend, like now the situation. This is a very good question, Scala. This is, look, you have the system in your chart. In those situations right now, Scala, I explained, I think, for 10 minutes what's going on with the ES. Were you here, sir? So right now we are maybe going to have a new signal on the YM. I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in that new signal on the YM. It could be a good one, but there is a risk in that trade. So we're about to come in on a new short signal on the YM. The reason is I'm not interested because what you said in your question about the 30-year Treasury bond direction. Yes, I don't like the 30-year Treasury bond, the ZB, to be onto the buying mood in conjunction with the ES. I don't like that. I don't like it at all because one of them is wrong. I don't know which one, but one of them is wrong. Of course, I can find out and dig and open the charts, and I will find out which one is wrong. But to look at this screen here is not enough to go deeper. And I can turn on the 15-minute chart on the 30-year Treasury bond and the ES, and then see what's going on. I can spot it immediately. Right now, we are coming into the YM direction to go short in here. That's very fine. And we're not out of the wood with the NASDAQ on 66.30. And in order for you to take that trade right now on the YM, keep your eye on the ES. If it's going to stay above the 2075, this YM is going to turn around right after you take the short trade. So that's why if I miss that trade on the YM, I will take the new signal on the ES. Do you understand? Does it make sense, sir? We're about to have a new signal on the YM. Because if this YM into the short and the NASDAQ in the short, the 30-year Treasury bond into the long, and now I got a new signal short on the ES, I will take the ES. I don't know if this makes sense. But you're very welcome, sir. And now we're about to have a new signal on the YM. We have a new signal on the YM. A new signal on the YM. The Autotrade took it 65.27, target 64.86. Look again, Scala. This is very important. This is the trick. The art of trading is right there. The 29, 20, 50. This one here is gonna make, or the YM make money for you, or it's going to pull back. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the YM. Once you understand this market, it's not hard. Once you understand the tricks in the market, it's not hard. Look at this. Immediately put you in a mud hole. I'm putting it nicely. So now, if you notice, right after the signal, Scala, where is this market? When we predict the 29, 20, 50, sir? 10 minutes ago? 10 minutes ago when it was here, then went all the way up. We predicted it's going to be project and come in here. And now it's turning around. And look at this one. It's causing it to fail. You see? So on those cases, to all my traders, if you see the ES is coming to one direction and the 30-year Treasury bond is going on the same direction of the ES, wave that trade, let it go. We're not in a hurry. Then we will have a short trade on the NASDAQ. That's very fine. Now we have the YM on a short, NASDAQ on the short, the 30-year Treasury bond on the long, and finally the ES turning around and giving us a signal short. I will take it with my eye closed because it's 9 out of 10 is going to make it and make money. Now, if we there is so many. I don't want to cover. I don't want to start open chart and covering a lot of reversal because I have covered a lot on the reversal. But also, if you want to, you can look at the 3 minutes chart, which direction also. You can always, if you missed on the ES right now and you missed on the NASDAQ, you took the trade on the ES, does not mean it's too late for you to take the NASDAQ and the YM. We can always go back and drag the 3 minutes and take the new signal on the NASDAQ. So the first question is, Scala, you have to understand the driven engine is the ES. Now, whether we are an ES trader or not is irrelevant. The ES, it is the best indicator in the house to give us a prediction how this market is working. Nevertheless, the ES, it is presenting the 500 company. So it's representing big chunk of the market. So for those guys, sometimes you hear on the telephone that this guy, he only trades CL or NASDAQ or Dow Jones. You can immediately spot it. This guy is not professional trader. Because if you are a NASDAQ trader or a YM trader, you have to keep your eye on the ES. Because it is, even the Scala, if you are trading Forex, if you are trading DAX in the morning, if you take the trading panel on our trading panel from the ES, it gives you. This is one of the tricks why there is some people stay quiet about it, because even when you are trading European market, and if you keep your eye on the trading panel for the ES, you can predict the DAX ahead of time. And this is funny because the ES is in the US and the DAX is in Frankfurt. So it is two different markets, but the ES bring prediction to the DAX. So this is where you need always to keep your eye on the ES, what is doing. Once you start understand the rhythm on the ES, you will understand what is going to happen on the Nasdaq, even if the Nasdaq does not follow anymore, like what happened 10, 15 years ago. The Nasdaq followed the YM, the ES, and the YM. It's not the story anymore. The Nasdaq got his own personality now, but still, when the ES come into certain area, the Nasdaq stops. That's the only time the Nasdaq stops, when the ES is going to certain level, and they are uh, important level. That's nicely put in it, the easiest way to put it. For the CL, we are still on the same levels with the ES, with the CL, and there is nothing really we can do on the CL. We need to see the CL go below the 66.29, 66.30 before we can thinking about a short trade. And if we study right now what happened when we told you got to be careful with the 29, 2050, the market came in the first, second, come back to the target, pull them back to the same number, come into the target, and it's nothing. It's just going to drive, and probably is going to go back and retest the 24 level, and then going back to the 2050. So it is like a pinball getting caught between two lines, is going back and forth, trying to find an exit. And right now, the ES trying to find an exit either above the 24 and below the 2050. Also, timing, it is working because right now the timing is 10:58. It is 1 hour away from the lunch time. So also the timing, it is going to matter on that. The closer we are getting to the lunch hour, the more a flat market we are going to get. So nobody is. You don't see that too many change in direction. When you are close to the lunch hour, not unless if there is some news driving the market, but you don't see that many change in direction right before lunch. So right now we are at the ES between 24 level and 2050. So we are sitting and waiting on a new trade or a new signal. And as you see here, Scala, there is really nothing happening here. One of the things in this situation here, you cannot do it by the auto trade. You can do it manually. When you see this problem and you want to take a trade, you can always take a re-entry point from the trailing stop 1 and the trailing stop 2 manually. You cannot do that auto trade. But because this market get into the top at 24 level, so we know this YM is going to be projecting from the trailing stop 1 and 2. So this is a nice area. If you wanted to take a short in this area, you can take a short at 55.62, and could be a very good trade on those area here. So there is nothing right now. We are sitting. You see, look at this. You see that, sir? So stand taking this signal here, which I did not recommend for anyone to take that trade. I knew it's going to be a problem. But on the pullback, you can always take it from the trailing stop 1 and trailing stop 2 every time. And actually, they are extremely profitable if you take it re-entry manually, because you cannot do that with an automated trade. Maybe later on we will add it. But I don't want to complicate the auto trade. Just wanted to take the trade on the signal. But the trailing stop 1 and trailing stop 2, those are actually your re-entry point because they are based on fib lines. They're not based on dummy trailing stops. Okay, I'm going to stay quiet for a few minutes and then we'll continue. Thank you. This is the second trade on the T7, and let me show you today performance. It will be released sometimes this week. This one here is based on a market order. It's not, you can do limited order, but we are running a market order and a total profit over 1,000 on that one here. Profit factor 10, but this is not what the most important, the profit factor. No, sir. What is most important is the maximum time recovery. This is where they don't want you to see. This is where they don't like you to see. On this one here, the recovery is 0.08. Some of the auto trade, the recovery, it is 25 days, 13 days. And that is a nightmare. That means you have to trade 25 days without losing any trade. That is not going to happen. There is no one can trade for 1 week without even losing any trade. So try to imagine 25 days without losing any trade. This is not going to happen. That means you are in a disaster train, matter of time before you hit the wall. So one of the things is not the profit factor. It's not how much it makes. Could be this one here made $1,000 today, or it could be $100, or it could be 10,000. It's irrelevant. I need to know when things goes wrong, how much or how long. Profit per month is 32,482. Recovery 0.08. This what count. This is what counts, guys. It's not. I know all the guys with Autotrader like to look at money, but before we look at the money, you need to understand what's going on. Maybe it sounds difficult, but once you get to the rhythm, guys, it's not nothing. Look at this, guys. It just closed that trade, and now it's going to the opposite direction. Look at this. And we're not even using filters. Amazing. Okay, the CL want to gain a little bit more. That's fine. We'll give him a little more. I'm using ATM. I like to use ATM, but if you are using fully automated, I'm using it on 3 minutes, and the full automated already closed long time ago because it's at the target. You cannot do anything. But when you are using an ATM, you can extend the target if there is, you think there is a good potential to exceed the target. So as you see, Scala, that I told you guys do not follow that trade. You see, it was went all wrong on that YM because of the ES. On the NASDAQ, it's the same story. Nothing is going to happen. Chop, chop, chop. Nothing is going to happen. Your best offer, guys, to follow the scalpers here on the right upper corner. That's all what I can say to you. I'll stay quiet for a few minutes. Thank you. No, Ben, it is today. It is just from today, sir. It is just from today because I mean it was Eastern. Of course, it was Eastern, and yesterday we did not run it, so it's only from today, sir. Ben, I will look at it, but right now I cannot touch anything. We will open it, but look, I cannot touch anything. I don't know why. It is sometimes with Ninja Trader, you have to wait a few seconds. I will look at it. I cannot touch it. I'm having a problem with the internet. If you look, sometimes I don't know why it does that. Ninja Trader 8 on that chart, I can control it, and on this one here, I'm not able to control that chart, the YM. It takes a second, and then you are able to. I don't know, maybe because the internet is, the YouTube is taking a lot. On the a full automated trade, it takes the entry by itself, and let me see, and you cannot touch anything. You cannot expand the because it's a full automated, and there is a resistance at 623. But let me see. Just give me a few seconds, and then we will look through all of them. This is funny. I can move the ES, I can move the CL, and I cannot move the YM. Look, and I cannot move the YM chart either. The one for the new auto trade. It's gonna take a few seconds, bent, and then we are able to move it. If it is a system, you cannot do that on all of them, but it's not. This is just the YM. I don't know why, but look at this. It is working. It is working. But the YM chart, I cannot touch it. It's not moving. It could be internet. Yes, sir. I'm having a problem with the internet today. No, we will look at it, Ben. Just let me grab it. I don't know why the YM chart I cannot touch. Look, Ben, this one is okay. This one is okay. And something with the NTA data on the YM, I don't know what it is, but I cannot. I can move everything except the YM. When you click on an F, nothing happening. Okay, now it's working. Okay. Mhm. Let me show you, Ben, because yesterday I was not even running Ninja Trader. If you go under strategy, okay, not the historical, the real time, okay, the real time here, okay. This is the real time. Uh, if I can grab it, hold on. This is your real time. So that's mean when you say real time, there is no historical. It's just for today, okay. And this is what is made today, 1,345, sir. Okay, and everything is freezing on me because I am having a problem with the internet, and it still is 0.08, and it's still the profit factor 2.5. Okay, are you with that? Okay, let's see what the other auto trade done. Most of them has close position. This is really funny. Uh, on the first of all, on the yes, it is, it is on the 10 minutes. I wanna. show the bigger time frame. This is a 10 minutes. We have covered it. And this is the 5 minutes on the swing trading. And this is the 3. When the market move on the swing trading, it's not no matter what you do, 3 minutes or 5 minutes. And the YM is already closed. Most of them hit the target. I'll try to drag them all down. And target hit long time ago on the YM. This is the 3 minutes. And let me put them back. And then we drag some more down. And this one, 10 minutes. And this one, 10 minutes. And this one, 5. But the rest of the NASDAQ, they are already done. Here is the 3 minutes is done. All of them on a $500 target. They're already done. Long time ago. And this is only just the NASDAQ. And I can drag the rest as well. Oh, this one here is about to take it a little bit more. We're about to have a short signal on the CL. I'm going to keep my eye on it for you guys. The CL, we are going to change direction. It closed on 1,000 for that trade. ES, I'm not interested in any long trade on the ES. The CL on the 3 minutes, if you are on this automated trade, you need to start closing it. We're about to have a new signal on the CL. On the 3 minutes, nailed 1,300 on the last trade. And it's done. It's finished. It's going to hit target. That's it on this one here. So we're about to have a new signal on the CL. If you want to get ready for it, I'll let you know. We need to go below the 66.31. We need to go below because the trend is stopped and the fib line at 66.34. We need to break that area. If we do not break the 66.34, there is no short trade. So for the CL trader, be careful on this number. Your key is 66.34. We need to go below that. Anything above that, I will not touch it right now. So keep our eye. There we go. We have a new signal, CL. Target 66.15. And we are heading straight to it. If you want to look at the NASDAQ on the full, on the YM, the full automated, this one here, we are using an ATM on the blue chart. And this one here is a full automated. On the full automated, you can see the resistance at 66.62. And the things is with this one here, you cannot move the target. If you move the target, goes back to the target. So this is where I like the ATM more, because I can move the target and close it or stay with it. So this is an option. That's why I prefer the ATM stand full automated. This is short on a CL. And the target is not big because the system calculate every target differently from the previous. And the target is not that big. It's an entry at 66.34. And the target is 66.15. This is a very small trade. But if this market start trending, if you are using the ATM, there is a good potential for that CL to drop to the 56.96. That is something to chew on. So I look forward to see, once we hit the 66.15, what will happen on that trade. The ES scalping took a trade, and the scalping on the CL took a long trade. I'm not sure this long trade is gonna work. Again, Ben, we are testing it without a filter. Okay, so we're not putting filters on it. We are testing the entry on a low volume. That's what I said from the beginning. However, when you add filters, there is plenty filters in there. Your trades are going to drop to less than 50%, sir. Is it clear with that? Are we clear with that? Plus, I'm running it without a target on this one here. But with the target, we are already, I'm testing it. We are doing some tests. And with the target, it did not take that many. And on the 1 minute, and they all hit the target. Okay. So when we are testing, it's different than when you are testing. We are testing the entries, how is handling it on the chop market, and then we are testing with and without a filter. And but you can do this auto trade and do it in a way where it takes stay away from the chart by using all the filters, which we will be covering next Monday. So it will not take that many trades. You can make it extremely conservative, and you can lose it as much as you want to. So let's stay on that. On that CL, the target is 66.15. And then there is a potential for 65.96. Whoever took that trade, there is a good potential to go below the 66.15. And I'm expecting this market final destination 65.93. It is the true average price. So we put it two ticks above that. And I'm expecting this market to drop before lunch to the 65.96. We'll see. As you notice, the CL came into the entry point because the support line became a resistance. The resistance is 66.34, and the target is very small, is 66.15, and we are expecting to go all the way down to 65.96. So we'll see. But the ES today, I'm bored with it. I'm really, really bored with it. There is no new signal on the ES. Sorry, guys, there is no new signal on the ES today. We had the gold. Oh, yeah, the gold. We had the YM earlier today, and we have the CL. So we have three trades, and the rest that were earlier. So, and in between those scalpers as well. So, okay, I will be quiet for a while until we see some movement. There is nothing on the YM. The YM It's coming to the resistance line at 66.38, and it is between those two yellow. So the target is, we missed the target by one tick. If you wanted to close it, close it. If you want to stay on it, stay on it. The CL, it is a very nice entry. The NASDAQ, where we are in the NASDAQ, we are about to come into the short, but there is no short trade right now. And the ES, 28.25, it is your problem. 28.25, it is 29.28.25, it is a problem on the ES market. Actually, it's a short on the ES. There is no long trade here, scalping. Folks, there is nothing left for today. We give you 3 trades and the rest in between, the scalping. But I don't see any new signal coming out right now. So I don't see the Nasdaq is gonna go down. I don't see the YM. I don't see the ES is going down. So we are calling it off, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time at 10 o'clock Eastern time. I want to say God bless you all, and see you tomorrow around 10. Bye for now.